Okay, welcome back to Jim's RC and Auto. I'm Jim, and this one's about auto. Okay, I've got a 94 Ford Ranger with a 3.0, and the belt has been squeaking on this thing even before I bought it. I've owned it for 7 years, and I've been chasing it for that long. Well, after doing a lot of major work to the front end, timing chain, having the whole front end of the engine apart, I finally figured out why the belt was squeaking. Well, for one, the wrong pulley was put on it for the idler pulley. One, it had a plastic one, as you can see. This is the one that was installed on it. Really, there wasn't much wrong with the pulley itself. It was mainly bearing issue. I went to change the belt again, well, for the third time since I've owned the truck in 7 years and 20,000 miles since I've owned it. I grabbed a hold of the pulley on the engine, and I was literally able to rock the pulley in this kind of direction if you're looking at it at an angle. Well, as you can see, the belt was riding nice on the pulley, you know, a little bit towards the inside, but the outside of the pulley, it was fine. You know, so it wasn't rubbing on the ridges on either side. But what was making the squeak was as the pulley rocked, the belt would no longer ride straight on the pulley. The belt would no longer ride straight. It would rock and let the belt ride at an angle. And this is what was constantly causing the squeak. So, well, I changed it out with the proper pulley. It's a metal pulley. And, well, I decided to tear apart the bearing and see if my untrained eye could notice any wear on the bearing. And as I was looking around at it, let's see if I can't get the light just right here and the camera focused. As you can see, the light spreads out quite a bit in the middle of the center groove. Now watch when I turn it to where I have it marked. Now you can see that the light, let's see if I can't get in the same spot here. Come on, there we go. The camera's not picking this up as well as it does in real life. But the light is not spreading out as much in the middle of that groove. Well, that just shows the wear. As that light spreads out, I wish I had 3 hands here because then I could spin it for you. You know, as I hold the light. What was happening is the bearing was riding more on one side than the other, creating wear on it, which eventually gave it enough play so that it could kick to one side, which gave me that rocking that I found. So, let's go back to the pulley here. So because it was riding more on one side here of the pulley, all the pressure was on one side because it was rocking and holding it to one side, it made it wear. When you have wear, and there's even a little bit of play in this bearing because the play is here. Let's see, here on the edge. By the time you look at it all the way out here, there's actually more movement. Okay, let me try to explain how little movement on one side makes a lot of movement on the other. We're going to use this pencil and piece of paper here. I got some lines drawn with a marker. Okay, now let's line my broken clip up here and the other line. Now you're going to see one end of this pencil is going to move a little bit, but the far end is going to move a lot. Let's see here we go. So as the pencil moves, you can see how this end actually only moved a little bit. Let's look at the lines. You can see how this end actually, come focus, actually moved a little bit, but this side actually moved a lot. And that's how come I could see the pulley moving, but yet not feel any movement in that bearing. So it allowed this pulley really to rock on the engine just enough so that the belt would slip on the outside of this pulley here, which creates a major problem. I was tired of hearing the squeak, and for 7 years I've been trying to track it down. It all came down to this bad boy here. Water pump was replaced. None of the other pulleys were bad. I made sure all the bearings are good on everything. And it all came down to this one. Tensioner was replaced with an NOS OEM stock. NOS meaning new old stock. OEM tensioner. So that was right. And nothing was wrong with the tensioner. Like I said, 3 belts later, I finally found my culprit. What I do want to mention is I know the history on this truck. I bought it from a good friend, and it was his brother that originally purchased it down in Virginia. So I know a lot of the repairs that have been done to this vehicle. So, you know, I know that this idler pulley was replaced just shy of a year of me buying it, and the bearings on the original went, and that's what caused the need for the pulley. Well, they do make 2 different size pulleys for this engine. Why? I have no idea. But my friend had replaced this pulley on it, and when he first got the pulley, it was a different size. It was the wrong size. And he ran down and grabbed this pulley. While the part number for this pulley is correct for the vehicle, it's not the original style. You know, the original style is the metal one with rounded edges and no lips. So I just put the original style on there. And as soon as I put the belt on it and started it up, the squeak just happened to be gone. Yeah, I could have figured this out a lot sooner, but I assumed, well, we know what assume means, that it was good, because the couple of times I did have the belt off and I grabbed the pulley and I spun it and wiggled it, tried to pull it in and out, there was still no play, even though I could rock it. Even though I could rock it at the on the engine, there was no in or out play on it. And what was really odd about me rocking this was it would only rock one direction. It would rock one direction, but as you brought it back, it would stop and it would be straight. So it would only rock a little bit one direction and come back straight. It wouldn't rock back the other direction, just one direction. And I found that a little odd, and that was the reason why I decided to pull this bearing apart. For that, I believe that's about all the info I can give you on it. The truck has been very faithful. When I bought it, I needed to put about $1,500 in parts itself into it. I did all the work myself installing them, so there was no labor cost there. But you know, what do you expect for, it's now a 30-year-old truck, but at the time it was 23 years old. and it had 140,000 miles on it. And now it has 142,700 and some odd change miles on it when I bought it. Come on, focus. Thank you. Focus. It now has 162,000 and some change on it. I'm not sure the exact mileage right off the top of my head, but I know it's 162,000 at the moment. One of the things that led me to find this was on the edge of the pulley here, there was rubber buildup. Here's a little spot here. Come on, focus. Focus. There, focus. God, I hate using this camera on this phone. Oh, there's a spot right there. There we go. That focused that time. You can see the rubber buildup on it. You know, those little bumps. And that's what led me to believe that this was the pulley that was slipping, because none of the other pulleys, I had cleaned all the pulleys up, and none of the other pulleys had any buildup on it, only this one. So when I went down and ordered the belt, of course I didn't have one in stock, but that seemed a little odd, considering how many 3.0 engines are out there. I went down and ordered the belt. I figured while I had the belt off, come on, focus. Focus, sir. Focus. Focus. There we go, focusing. I decided I checked the pulley then, and I did it right at the auto parts store. Come on, focus. Damn, why do you keep unfocusing? So this way, if I did find the pulley bad, and I knew they had one in stock, so I could change it out right then and there and be done with it, and end all this catastrophe of a damn belt squeak. It squeaked before he changed the pulley, it squeaked after he changed the pulley, and it squeaked for 7 years only because, well, I assumed this one was good because it had been changed, and at the most it has 25,000 miles on it. Okay, this has been another Jim's RC and Auto video. Hope you like it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. I don't always post videos on a regular schedule, just when stuff happens, or I'm out playing with the RC cars. But if you like seeing content like this, go ahead and give a subscribe. And I appreciate you watching. Thank you.